portrait becomes a mirror. Hey, Phil! Phil!
Yeah, Fred?
Hey, get me some of that throat coat tea. I need me some of that sweet licorice flavor. Oh, man, my mouth tastes like summer crotch jelly. Oscar Wilde was part of a movement of aesthetics, you know. Art for the sake of art. And after last week's message, one of the Perichoresis told me I needed to look into his novel, A Portrait of Dorian Gray. And you know, I think everyone should take a look at that. It's a perfect balance of surreal and reality, where a model human, Dorian, gets a portrait made, and through some twist of fate, the portrait takes on the march of time, while Dorian remains beautiful on the outside. The portrait becomes a mirror, and as he does more depraved things, driving people to suicide, smoking opium, and even murder, he does not age a day. But the portrait, locked away in a secret room, it reflects his spirit, becomes marred by the evil acts driven by his narcissistic vanity and perceived immortality. And ain't that a question? With all these filters on our phones, we too can hide our disfigured spirit. Now, I'm not talking about aging here. Time is the spiritual trial we as living beings all have to face. But within that, there are others, and you can't avoid them. That's why the Buddhists say life is suffering. The march of time that will be marked with the decay and the death of those you love and yourself. The aching of joints and the sadness of losing companions that you trust and who understand you. Maybe that's the real karma. But the test? The test is a question. Are you resilient or resentful? Unlike Dorian, you can't hide him. Resent will show up like a physical scar and an ocular dimness, while resilience will bloom like a bouquet of crow's feet around your eyes as you laugh in the face of what could have been a disaster. And with resilience, you're still here. A soulful stare can recognize it. And that's why it's good to gaze into the pupils of those you meet. You can tell a lot about a person with the light or lack thereof in their eyes. But for Dorian, he could hide it like an AR filter hides yours. You know, it makes me sad when I see this obsession to look youthful. Just because you're young don't mean you're healthy. Heal thy. Yeah. No. All it means is you ain't got rank. Those little stripes on your cheek, you're an officer in this here spiritual brigade. Your age should be a sign of wisdom if your eyes show resilience in them. Now I want to share with you something I saw while on a mindful journey I took the other night. I breathed deep and let the warm air penetrate my lungs as I laid down and closed my eyes. Now I'm used to blasting off right away. But this time, I sank deep into the womb of the world. And I felt the warmth of her molten iron blood churning in magnetic frictions, protecting us from the solar waves, from our inconspicuous sun. I was one with her. You know, like back when we was unconscious animals living like little cells, helping the life on this planet spread until we became the free agents of information collection. You know, all day, every day, spreadsheet after spreadsheet, type, 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 typing on your keyboards, type, 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 naming things. What's in a name if there ain't no one to say it anymore? It just is as it always was before. But it don't mean it ain't there. Oh, where was I? Oh, right. Then the rocket ship came. But I didn't fly to the edge of the universe to chat with the elders, you know. No. I just hovered above our sweet home. Her blue rivers and ocean. The green and brown lands. I could see what she was. She was seeing it all. Further than our telescopes and beyond our imaginations. But then the clouds, they came in like a tornadic storm, and her hazel iris faded a cataract. And I cried. I asked her, why? Why must you go blind? And she said, conscious life is a final expression of a living planet. And I prepared this place for you to be ready to go off and give another, just like me, a chance to be so lucky to be alive. It will take everything I am, everything I have to prepare you, to give you a chance to live again as some distant world, taking it all in once again from a vantage point that in all my many eons never stretched enough to see. Why must you die? And then I was pulled back by the gravity of it all. She is the giving tree, you know? We take the fruits and the branches and the trunk, but when she's gone, we ain't gonna have a stump to sit on. No sir, no ma'am. And that's why he's coming soon. But I don't need to tell you that if you ain't heard it by now. And it might be too late. But what's too late? It could be tonight or tomorrow. Who knows? It doesn't matter if you're here or not. It matters if you hear or didn't. If you did, you'll be a comin', 'cause it ain't like religion based on geographical proximity. No, no. Big Daddy's beyond time and space. You see, we ain't ever been a-waiting on him. He's waiting on us. If you know, you know, you know. And those who don't, I don't know. Perichoresis.